Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Tom Brady is making a turn at modeling. I would kill to have been with Giselle when she first saw this clip.
Why is he so stiff?
Because he's in leather. Have you ever walked in leather pants?
No, I can't say that I have.
Yeah, it's tough.
Is it?
It looks easy until you see Tom Brady.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies, take your fandom to the next level by becoming an MVP.
How long have you been an MVP?
Since day one.
Enjoy the great benefits of being a season ticket member. Pre-game MVP moments, including Autograph Alley, exclusive Grizz gear deals, access to member or MVP-only player events, and much more.
He's been an MVP for 22 years!
Become a Grizzlies MVP today.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
My name is Gary Parrish. I'm speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle's right there, producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. I hope you're ready for Game 2 of the NBA Finals, because it is set for tonight, a 7:30 tip on ABC. Knicks Spurs, with the Spurs needing to win at home to even this series to avoid going down 0-2, headed back to Madison Square Garden. Big decisions Ms. Johnson needs to make, according to some NBA analysts and columnists, specifically with De'Aaron Fox. We're going to talk through all this stuff momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. In the next segment, Jessica Benson will join me. She's the host of the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, weekdays 8 a.m., Grind City Media. She pops in here on Fridays. Today's Friday. She'll be here in about 20 minutes. Finish talking to JB, take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, I locked in last night to Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Fun stuff. Took overtime to decide it, but Carolina decided it. So now that best-of-7 series is tied 1-1. We will talk hockey like people who don't know much about hockey.
I dabble.
I dabble. We're going to talk some hockey. We're going to do it in about 40 minutes. Believe it or not, I also watched Texas win the Women's College World Series last night. If you ever want to know what I did on June 4, 2026, it's watch a couple of sports I never otherwise watched.
You're just a good sports fan.
The Longhorns swept Texas Tech in that best-of-3 series. Now they're back-to-back national champions in softball. We'll celebrate the UT to our west. We'll do that a little later on in the show. Remember the fan who ran onto the court during Game 1 of the NBA Finals the other night? You remember that fella?
I do.
So Buffalo Wild Wings tried to partner with him. As a result, Buffalo Wild Wings is facing a public relations backlash on the internet. Let the record show on this one. I side with the people.
Okay.
I'm against Buffalo Wild Wings on this one.
Wow.
I side with the people. I'll tell you why in just a bit. Yankee star Aaron Judge, he's going to be sidelined for a minute. He's got a rib injury. I'll tell you how long he's going to be out of the lineup. We'll do that in the third segment. And Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese were on the basketball court together last night. Caitlin's team won. That means our dream lost. We'll talk WNBA during a segment we call 5 More Things You Know. 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we will eventually do GP's Carryout, at which point we will spoil, to the best of our abilities, Michael Jackson, The Verdict.
Okay.
Because...
Well, don't spoil. I haven't watched episode 3. I've only watched episodes 1 and 2. It's 3 hours, dude.
We will spoil in great detail, at the very least, episode 1.
Okay.
Of Michael Jackson, The Verdict. And what we will decide is that the way we'll frame it is we'll say, hey, we're not spoiling Michael Jackson, The Verdict, as much as we're just teasing Michael Jackson, The Verdict, and we're telling you all the best stuff from the first episode to get you ready for episodes 2 and episodes 3. And I don't think I'm violating anything, because this time yesterday, I gave everybody like roughly 22 hours notice to lock in on Michael Jackson, The Verdict. Mm-hmm. And that meant your homework assignment was to watch all 3 hours of Michael Jackson, The Verdict. But today we will only spoil the first hour.
Yeah. I lived it, so it's okay. Like, we want to spoil the whole thing, I don't care.
I tell you what, I'll give you a little preview right now. Michael Jackson, The Verdict. You want a quick preview?
Yeah.
You know who it ain't good for?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, my God.
Well, we'll see.
Buddy.
We'll see.
It is not good for Michael Jackson.
We'll see. I'm not ready to go there just yet.
PYT, pretty young thing, takes on a different meaning.
I'm not ready to go there. All right?
Buddy, I tell you what, I'm only through 1/3 of this documentary. But I can tell you, matter of fact, that first third, it is not good for the King of Pop.
We'll see.
I'm glad I went and saw the movie before I watched episode 1 of this documentary.
It's not like you didn't see all this stuff already happened.
I had put it out of mind.
Whatever. Okay.
I had tried to forget.
Save it for the third segment.
Woo! God, Lord. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, The Verdict is something else, buddy. But I want to start with the 2026 NBA Finals, because Game 2 is set for tonight in San Antonio. Knicks Spurs, they're going to do it inside the Frost Bank Center. Tip is set for 7:30. You're going to watch it on ABC. The Spurs are listed 5.5-point favorites. The total is 214.5. If the Spurs win, the series is going to be tied 1-1, heading back to New York for Monday's Game 3 inside Madison Square Garden. If the Spurs lose, they're going to be down 2-0. And then would obviously have a big mountain to climb to prevent the Knicks from winning what would be their first NBA championship in 53 years. And if the Knicks win tonight, just based on the way the math works, they could possibly close the whole thing out as soon as next Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. Big Vet Bennett, it's good to see you on this Friday morning.
You too, man.
Massive Game 2 tonight in San Antonio. Do you expect bounce-back greatness from Victor Wembanyama, or will he back what was the worst game of his playoff career with another stinker that suggests maybe, just maybe, this stage really is almost always too big, too bright, too difficult for a 22-year-old, even one this uniquely talented?
I think he's going to be awesome tonight. I don't know if it equates to a Spurs win, but I think you're going to see a huge Victor Wembanyama game. Yes. Just based on everything we've seen from the guy this year in these playoffs, like what we know about him. You saw him walking through the tunnel, shaking his head like by himself after Game 1. I would be absolutely shocked if he followed up with the same, which wasn't a bad performance. Let's be honest. That's a good night for most players. It just, for him, was not a great night. I think he will be way better and have a big game.
Statistically, he was fine for most. For him, it was a stinker. For him, it was not good. I like you. I think he bounces back. If he doesn't, I think it'll say more about what he's up against than him. Mm-hmm. But he does need to bounce back, because Game 1 was awful. He was really bad. And it was 6-11. 6 of 21 from the field. It was 2 of 9 from 3. 6 turnovers, and terrible defense from the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, see, that's what I think is gonna even if the numbers don't go up drastically, I think defensively you will just see a way better effort out of him.
I listened to Stan Van Gundy talk about this. He was on a podcast with Zach Lowe, and he was like, first off, he was terrible. Wemby was terrible, but he added, I think he was just too ramped up. He looked like he just needed to calm down a little bit. Why are you all the way up there on Karl Anthony Towns where he's just one dribble, one step by you? You're 7'4" with an 8 billion wingspan. Give him a little cushion, and you can always still contest if he wants to pull, but you don't have to get all the way up there on him like that. Why are you all the way up there? Because he's just too ready to go. He was ramped up. So, like you noted, the 26 points and 12 rebounds, that's what Wemby had in game one. If you just watch it on a ticker, that looks pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
26 and 12. In his first ever NBA Finals game, he got 26 and 12, but the context matters. It wasn't a good 26 and 12. 43% of his field goal attempts, Wemby's, in game one, they came from three. And that is not a recipe for success for San Antonio, especially when he's not making them. So in game two, and in every game going forward, he's got to get more done inside the arc, especially at the rim. That lob stuff that they killed Oklahoma City with just wasn't even there in game one. If it's not there going forward, it could be a short series. But again, I believe in the talent. I believe in the approach, the focus, his attention to detail. Wemby said he'd figure it out. I suspect that he will. In truth, though, he's not San Antonio's biggest problem right now. San Antonio's biggest problem right now is probably De'Aaron Fox and that right ankle sprain that is obviously limiting him. Wemby's poor performance was the biggest story in game one on the Spurs side of things, but De'Aaron Fox was also bad. 28-year-old point guard, 3 of 13 from the field. He was 0 of 4 from 3. He got 7 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 turns, 5 fouls in 38 minutes. And now he's just 5 of 26 from 3 since he re-injured that ankle in Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals against Minnesota. The initial injury was in Game 4, re-aggravated it in Game 6. Then he missed Games 1 and 2 of the Western Conference finals against the Thunder, returned for Game 3, that was 2 weeks ago today, and he's played every game since. But again, he's just 5 of 26 from 3 in his past 6 games. He's 34.2% from the field in those 6 games, just 19.2% from 3, and he's also turned it over 10 times in that stretch, including 3 times in Game 1. Consequently, back to Van Gundy, here's his suggestion. It's time for Mitch Johnson and the Spurs to play Dylan Harper over their franchise point guard, De'Aaron Fox. Imagine thinking this a year ago. Or imagine thinking it just on the night of the 2025 NBA draft. You say, San Antonio Spurs, you're about to take Dylan Harper. You've got De'Aaron Fox. You're going to sign him to a max deal. I'm just telling you, by the time you get to the NBA Finals, you're going to be faced with the decision, is it time to sit down De'Aaron Fox and play the De'Aaron Harper that you just picked, a one-and-done.
Harper, yeah.
Dylan Harper, a one-and-done freshman out of Rutgers. That's where you're going to be heading into Game 2. It's going to be a serious conversation that you need to have. Would have sounded a little crazy. Really? Dylan Harper's going to be that good? De'Aaron Fox is going to be that bad? Is it some combination of something? How do you get here? A right ankle sprain. But we're now here. And then Sam Quinn over at CBS Sports wrote the same thing. What do you think? If you're Mitch Johnson, how do you handle this situation? We've been watching De'Aaron Fox try to tough it out. Hey, let's give him credit. He's trying to fight through this stuff, but he's not the same player. He's not explosive. He's not getting to the rim. He's not getting into the restricted area. He's not making shots from the perimeter. He's not making shots from the mid-range. Not even getting to the rim. He's not a plus defender, particularly with the right ankle injury. So what are you giving us right now? What would you do?
I mean, it is tough because, like, on one hand, it is one of the younger teams in the league going up against one of the more veteran teams in the league, and you just feel like you need that veteran presence out there.
There's certainly
especially as your starting point guard. On the other hand, like, we think this is just the beginning of the window for the San Antonio Spurs, and we know how well Dylan Harper's played in these playoffs. Like, does it behoove them to, just go ahead and make that move of what you're going to be going forward? I mean, these guys are all on rookie deals like we talked about yesterday. Like, do you just go ahead and say, look, whatever happened, we obviously want to win the title. We think we're going to have a chance to win the title, for years going forward. Let's just kickstart this whole thing. Let's give him the reign. Like, let's roll with Dylan and see what happens. And he might just be the better player in the series anyways because of the injury. I would be conflicted on it for sure.
I promise you they're at least talking about it.
Yeah.
I promise you the same way we're talking about it, they're talking about it. They have a better idea, obviously, for how De'Aaron Fox would handle that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not all veterans would handle that situation similarly. Okay.
Yeah, and I also don't know. Like, I think his extension's about to kick in this next season, but I don't know how long De'Aaron Fox is going to be a Spur necessarily.
So the contract kicks in next year, 4 years, $228.6 million. I would bet you everything he does not finish that contract in San Antonio.
Right.
What's interesting is that right now, if you go to Google and you just type in, should the Spurs trade, it autofills to De'Aaron Fox.
Right.
So,
like, that's obviously a conversation that they're having in San Antonio right now.
And so they've always known, I think they've always assumed we might have to have that conversation someday, because when you draft Stephon Castle, then back that with drafting Dylan Harper, like, if they are, as top 5 picks, what we think they're going to be, we're the one that picked them in the top 5. We got to believe in them. If they become what we believe in, De'Aaron Fox is just going to be to get us from here to there. And that's why he's, and that might take a year or 2 or 3 or maybe even 4, right? But what if we're here now? What if De'Aaron Fox is not your best point guard right now? Perhaps mostly, if not entirely, because of the right ankle sprain. But either way, it's a byproduct of 2 things at the very least. De'Aaron Fox is limited, and Dylan Harper looks amazing. If De'Aaron Fox weren't limited, maybe we're not having this conversation. If Dylan Harper didn't look amazing, maybe we're not having this conversation. But we are watching a basketball team right now. You don't get these games back. At most, you got 6 more games. It could be as little as 3.
Right.
Like, this is high-stakes stuff. The margins are thin. Maybe you don't have this conversation if De'Aaron Fox is healthy and Dylan Harper isn't amazing. But in this moment, we are watching a basketball team where De'Aaron Fox looks limited and Dylan Harper looks amazing. And if you're trying to win a basketball game tonight under these circumstances, who gives you a better chance? I think it's a reasonable question to ask.
I definitely do too.
So there's some interesting numbers in this Sam Quinn piece. Here's just a few of them. As he points out, it actually made sense to play De'Aaron Fox a lot, even a limited De'Aaron Fox against Oklahoma City. Why? Because what does Oklahoma City do to you? They take the ball away from you, right? They just take the ball away from you over and over again. That's why Stephon Castle had 1 billion turnovers. It's like you almost got to get De'Aaron Fox back into that game so he can just take care of the ball.
Yeah.
All right? But you're not playing the Thunder right now. You're playing the Knicks. The Knicks have a totally different set of stuff that they bring at you. The Knicks are not going to take the ball from you. That's not what they're trying to do to the extent that Oklahoma City is trying to do it. Bother you and take it. Bother you and take it. Make you send it over here. Go take it from that guy. That's how they. And then off live ball turnovers, they punish you in transition. We watched them do it to the Grizzlies in 4 straight games last postseason, and that's what they did all the way to a championship. You go out there with a rookie point guard in Stephon Castle against the Oklahoma City Thunder, that could get real challenging real quick. You need De'Aaron Fox for that. He can take care of the ball. The Knicks are different. What do you need against the Knicks defense? Not necessarily ball security guards. I mean, obviously you always want to take care of the ball, but the Knicks aren't coming to get it the way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, Kasem Wallace, all those guys are coming to get it. The Knicks aren't coming to get it like that. What you need against the Knicks, this is Sam Quinn, not my words, Sam Quinn, he's rim pressure guards, people who can put pressure on the rim. And Dylan Harper is not only the best Spurs guard at that, he's like one of the best in the NBA. Here's some numbers for you. He's averaging, Dylan Harper, 4.7 shots in the restricted area this postseason. Among guards, only Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, and Jalen Brunson have generated more. And what do you know about all three of those guys? They all play a lot more than Dylan Harper. And he's still in the conversation with them. So, like, on a per-minute thing, he's like the best guard in the NBA this postseason at getting shots in the restricted area. In other words, at getting to that spot. De'Aaron Fox, you know how many he's getting? In way more minutes per game. 2.6 shots per game in the restricted area. Dylan Harper, when he gets there, finishes at 67.4% in the restricted area in this postseason. That's better than every other guard in the NBA, and it's really not even close. Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, don't sniff it. De'Aaron Fox, when he gets there, which he doesn't that often, but when he does, he's finishing at only 46.2. So, bottom line, De'Aaron Fox doesn't get to the rim as often as Dylan Harper, and even when he does get there, he doesn't finish as well as Dylan Harper. And Sam Quinn says, what do you need most against the Knicks defense? Guards who can put pressure on the rim. That's Dylan Harper. It's not De'Aaron Fox. And so I imagine this is a situation the organization always knew it would find itself in, but I can't imagine they thought it would be now.
No.
Heading into Game 2 of the 2026 NBA Finals before the franchise point guard's max contract even kicks in.
Wild.
So I don't know that you've got to change the starting lineup tonight, because that just becomes a big headline and it's the big talking point leading into pregame. And you just don't know if you want to disrupt that type of chemistry.
Also, if you lose the series, like it is the talking point all summer long.
It looks a little panicky.
Yes.
Just all of that stuff. I don't know that you've got to switch the starting lineup. But once the game starts, if it's pretty clear once again that De'Aaron Fox is out there without a burst, struggling, all the stuff we saw in Game 1, he does not need to play 30 minutes. If he can't do what he can normally do because of his ankle, in Game 1, he played 38 minutes and Dylan Harper played 28. In Game 2, if the beginning of it looks like Game 1 looked, those numbers probably got to flip over. It's probably got to be, however you start it, it's fine with me. But you got to get to Dylan Harper at 38 and De'Aaron Fox at 28. Those numbers will matter.
Yep.
If one guy is being as awesome as he's looked recently and the other guy is looking as limited as he's looked recently. In about 9 hours, we'll see how Spurs coach Mitch Johnson decides to handle the situation. Can't wait. I love stuff like this. Game 2, Knicks Spurs. It's going to tip a little after 7:30. I'll talk to Jessica Benson about it next.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org.
Coach Thor, before the season, you were very, very high on Cedric Coward.
He's got an enormous potential to grow into, and he's got the ambition to do it. And I thought this year you saw it. He wasn't afraid of the moment. Champions fail, losers hide. Amazing quote. I wish I had come up with it. I think Cedric's got a lot of that. He's not afraid to fail.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio, and on Fridays at the second segment, I'm joined by Jessica Benson, host of the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, weekdays, Grind City Media, 8 a.m. She's here right now. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you on this Friday.
It's good to see you on this Friday. Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight.
It is. I'm super excited.
Super excited, too. Spurs Knicks.
Are you super excited too?
No, I'm actually
stressed out. Are you super excited? You're stressed.
I am stoked. I love it on a Friday night.
Me too. It's the perfect time for it. I got plans tomorrow night. It would have been a bummer if
I'm stressed out. This is the type of stuff that stresses me out. Okay. I mean, I get stressed by real stuff too, but then also small stuff. This is the stuff. I like to every day know exactly what I'm going to do and how exactly it's going to play out. I need everything to be scheduled. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it. But this is where I start. I'm trying to be less rigid.
Okay.
That's actually a phrase that I'm working on.
Less rigid.
Less rigid.
Okay.
Okay. A little more flexible.
Okay.
But I'm not good at it yet. But I'm working.
Practice makes perfect.
We'll see.
Or practice makes adept.
We'll see. So here's the deal. My little guy got a baseball game tonight at 6 o'clock. I know 100% this is what's going to happen. Game's going to be over. We're going to win or we're going to lose. We've been working hard, so we hope we get paid off with success. It matters to the little guys. They're happy when they win. They're not as happy when they lose. We're hoping for success. Either way, when the game's over, somebody's going to be hungry.
They're going to need to eat.
It's going to be my kid, or it's going to be somebody else's kid, or it's going to be the coach, or it's going to be a couple of parents over here. But at some point, somebody is going to approach me, and they're going to say, "Can we?" Or should we, or will you, or do you want to go have dinner?
This is my nightmare.
With,
I've never thought about youth sports in this way.
And then I'm going to have to, because the only thing I want to do tonight, outside of watch my youngest son play his final baseball tournament of the summer.
Oh, it's the last.
Yeah. The only thing I want to do beyond that is watch this basketball game.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to be presented with a situation where the most ideal way for me to experience this basketball game is in my home, comfortable.
Yes.
Turned up.
Yes.
I can watch it at dinner with other people, but it will not be the same, and I will not be as turned.
Yeah.
What do I do?
I think that you have to step in and be one of the voices of where everyone's going to eat if you decide that, because certain atmospheres are going to be better than other for watching sports.
100%.
Oh, I think you have to go home.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a family thing.
Okay.
You have to go home.
Okay. You sound really selfish.
Great.
Okay.
These are children, Jess. Come on.
Okay.
Oh my God. Are they really going to remember the dinner that they had after their last baseball tournament of the summer in 2026? Now, to be fair, I do have some Dairy Queen.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Memories
You
that
have those
pop into my
memories.
head, yeah.
I played youth sports just like
Yeah.
my boys are. And I have memories from youth sports. And a few of them are about goals that I scored or hits that I got or errors that I made or strike threes that I watched. But a lot of them are just at the hotel, running around, swimming pools at hotels, road trips, sitting in the back of the car. Yes, actually post-game dinners with teammates. Yeah, I have those memories.
So the game is
I
at
think
6.
they are important.
The game is at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Am I insane to think that some will eat before the game?
No, but it will never stop somebody from wanting to eat after the game.
But could
people
you
love
guide
to eat after
to-
youth baseball. There is
what about
nothing
just an ice cream?
There is nothing people like to do after a youth
What about
baseball
just
game
getting
more
ice
than eat.
cream?
And typically it's going to be
Getting a
Mexican.
cone.
They love Mexican. They ain't nothing. This is.
They want their.
I'd say 74% of youth baseball parents go straight from the baseball field to a place where they will put chips and dip on your table within 2
Because
minutes.
they want those chips in their hand immediately. And they're just,
Bennett makes a good point.
okay.
I think there
You can
has
control
to be,
the place that you go.
I don't know that I can control it, but I can suggest. I can make
Try.
suggestions.
Yeah.
I can be proactive, and I can already have this set up.
Okay.
Yes, we'll go to dinner, but I have to watch this game. You guys know what my job is. I don't want to be over here talking about, you guys know what my job is. But like, I
do
It's
pull
my
that.
responsibility.
It's my
I do pull that. I say it's my responsibility to watch.
It's my responsibility. I don't know how many times in life you can play that card, but I could play it tonight.
Yeah.
I got to have my eyeballs on this game so we can go to dinner, but we've got to go on. We got to go to like the walk-ons that's got all the giant TVs and stuff. All right.
Yeah.
And okay, so is that the compromise? It is not what I would want to do. It is not my preference. If you said you could do whatever you want to do,
You'd go home.
I've already told you what I would
Yeah.
do. But it ain't about me. I'm not as selfish as you anymore.
Right.
I used to
I
be.
don't have kids yet.
I used to be selfish
I
like
haven't
you.
had that switch hasn't.
Yeah,
flipped
I
yet.
used to be selfish like you and only think about myself. I don't do that anymore.
Just a selfish dink over here.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You could do that. I don't know that you'll forever be able to do that,
Right.
but you can still do it for now as long as it works for you and your husband. So I'm not that selfish anymore now. So what I would suggest is I would like to go home, but that would be just about me. This is not just about me. My wife would probably like to have dinner with her friends. I enjoy these, but they're my friends too.
Right.
And it's the only thing my son wants to do is be around his teammates for the perhaps last time of the season.
Yeah, you got to let him.
And so
You got
the alternative to letting him is disappointing him. Why would you want to disappoint your son on a Friday night?
It seems
Right.
like a waste.
Seems like it just.
Seems like you can easily not disappoint him by allowing him to go out to dinner.
So does everybody get exactly what they want? Perhaps not. But is this a reasonable compromise?
Yeah.
I think
That's
so.
beautiful.
In
That's
other words,
parenting.
hey, everybody, if you want to watch the game with me tonight, I'll be at walk-ons right next to Snowden Grove, I guess. That's what it's starting to sound like.
It is so funny because I really have gotten to the place where I love watching a game on my couch far more.
It's the only place I want to be.
Like we were supposed to go out with friends last Saturday for Game 7, and I was cool with it. Like I was excited to go to a bar and see people and be out with people, and then we ended up just caught some. These kids, we spent like 5 minutes with a kid and we got sick. Now, these kids are carrying viruses all over the place.
Yeah, you
but
have to
anyway, so
tell
we
me.
were under the weather and we were like,
kidding.
we don't feel great. We had plans on Sunday. It was a fine, all right, we're going to stay home because we don't feel well.
Right.
And then we were sitting there on the couch and we're like, God, I'm so happy that we're sitting on. We have sore throats, but I'm so happy that we're sitting here on the couch watching this game because you just watch it differently.
I see it.
You take in everything.
Yeah, I see it better. I pay closer
hear-
attention. I will have like the iPad sitting over here just so I can, like when some basketball person notices something that maybe
Yeah.
I missed, I'll make note of it.
Yep.
I can take notes.
I send myself DMs. From a work standpoint,
I bookmark stuff.
my work life is so much easier if I watch a game by myself. My work life becomes exorbitantly more difficult if I'm out having a good time watching a game. I remember I watched the Grizzlies Magic London game with friends at Laughlin, and we tailgated because it was an early game.
Sure.
And so we did like a morning tailgate. I had the best day. That day was so fun. I had to go back and rewatch the entire game.
Yeah, you can't see
I
it.
didn't watch the game.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, this is annoying.
I remember there was one year, FedEx St. Jude Championship, and I'm out there all day Sunday. And, drinking and walking around.
A FedEx
and
St.
whatever.
Jude Championship is the worst of trying to have any grasp of what happened if you're out there.
But it was
having
like,
a good time
the type of thing I know I'm going to have to talk
Yeah.
about tomorrow because it was like it was in a playoff and this whole deal. And I was like, I had to go back and watch it. I was there, and then I had to go home and watch it. I literally rewatched the broadcast because I didn't have a great grasp for the stuff I experienced because I was just distracted by being present.
So this is a fascinating, as someone who was fortunate enough and privileged to go to a lot of games growing up, I remember the circumstances around the games. I know all those Final Fours. But if you asked me the specific, who did you see that year? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
I can barely remember what teams were there at any given time. But I remember who I was sitting by or where we went to eat before or afterwards. And so it's the whole experience of it tied into it. But yeah, it's so funny. People are like, wow, you were at these games. And of course, there's the big moments.
Sure.
And the Villanova shot is an easy example to give. But yeah, no, it's tough.
Yeah, I'd rather be at home. But I think I think we'll be somewhere.
That's all right. That's all right.
We'll be somewhere other than my home.
That's a good parent.
You know what the real trick would be?
To have everybody over for pizza.
That's what Chris in the chat just said. I was going to bring that up.
Oh, you should do that. But then you're stuck with people in your home.
I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it. Okay. The problem would be, the hook would be pool party, but pool's under construction right now. I mean, pool is really under construction right now.
That's okay. It can still be a pizza party.
Yeah, but
pizza party at Gary's house.
I think if you're going to do pizza, I think the only way
Parrish pizza party. It's 3 Ps.
I think the only way you could sell it would be pool party. Hey, everybody.
Well, then it would be quadruple Ps.
I think the only way you could sell it is, hey, rather than go sit in a restaurant, why don't we just let the boys swim? You sell it like that. Let the boys swim. They can play basketball in the front, ping pong upstairs.
That's 5 Ps.
Pool in the backyard,
awesome.
and then I'll turn the game on, and that would be great. But pool under construction, I don't think you can sell just come to the house and have pizza, because we could just have pizza anywhere. Let's just go to the pizza shop.
Parrish pool pizza ping pong party sells. Parrish pool under construction. No, it takes it away.
The under construction pool is the real problem
it's
here.
Not the same.
I'll figure it out. You know what? It's going to be fine no matter what.
When's your pool opening?
I don't know.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
A summer without the pool?
I don't think it's going to be a
the
summer.
whole reason you have a pool.
I saw an Instagram video the other day. I forget exactly what numbers the guy used, but it was more or less this. He's sitting in his pool, with his camera out, and he's like, I don't remember exactly what. You'll get the sentiment. He's like, I tell you, you buy you an $80,000 pool, and that's gonna be the best $300,000 pool you ever bought. God. And that's really what it is like. Crazy. I mean, trust that whatever the original price of our pool was,
you've spent triple it. More.
Easily double, perhaps triple. Easily double, perhaps triple.
I never had a pool.
Yeah, well, that's probably why your dad's got retirement and stuff. Probably why your parents have retirement funds.
They saved it with the pool.
Yeah. We just bust out the inflatable pool.
Hey, buddy.
We just busted. We used to have those cool
those are
flower
nice now,
things
man.
that
Don't
you put
tell
on
me.
You could connect a hose to this flower. Some of my most fun days, it was a flower sprinkler.
Yeah,
and you
it
could
spins
change
around
and it changed
yeah.
the water trajectory, and it was so cool.
Yeah,
Who needs a pool when you have that?
But you know what? For kids, our pool's fine because it's big and diving board and all that stuff. But if I were building a pool just for adults, it would be no bigger than this.
A small pool.
It would, yeah. Adults don't want to be in the pool; they want to be around the pool. You'd have a lounging area in the pool where you the lounge chairs in the water, and then a little place to dip in every once in a while. But adults do not need a big pool. You just want to be around the water. Kids want to
an opportunity to dip to cool
That's right.
off, but not to actually hang out. For long.
You build a big pool for adults. That's a lot of wasted space. But a big pool for kids, it's great up until it has to be under construction, which is going to be. You ready for this? Constantly. It's always something. It's always something. But I think this is what they call first world problems.
Yeah. I think it's on the top of the list of first world problems. It's, my pool is under construction.
You know what's really upsetting me these days about what's going on in this country? My pool is under construction. Yeah.
You got to face it every day.
You know what? I really do hate that part of it, looking at it.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't like the visual. I don't need this is a real thing. Last Saturday, Kelly was like, why don't we get some steaks and just cook in the backyard? And I was like, I don't want to be in the backyard on a grill.
Right.
Because I don't like looking at a pool under construction.
Yeah.
The visual of a pool under construction makes me not feel like I'm enjoying my time. And so I didn't want to stand in the backyard because I didn't want to look at the pool under construction.
I get it. Our building was under construction last year, and it felt like it went on forever. And as somebody who is oddly at home in the afternoon quite often when the bulk of the construction is. Like, I couldn't take my afternoon naps because they're just like hammering on the outside. And I would text Chris and I'm like, I hate it here.
Oh, are you ready for this? And y'all can fact check me on this. Bad Boy Records. Did you watch the Diddy documentary on Netflix? Okay, Bad Boy Records, the office building.
Yeah.
Literally across the street from where I live in New York.
Oh.
I mean, across the street. And they tore the whole building down within the past year or so. And every day it's
brutal.
All day long.
Yeah. Your room shakes.
This is what you hear all day long.
PTSD, stop.
I'm not
stopped.
exaggerating. It is across the street from my hotel window.
Ugh.
All right? You know, like when I send you guys pictures sometimes,
okay, so
and I'm like,
that on your building every day. They were doing it on our building and on our side. I would come home from the show. I'm like, I can pull off my eyelashes. I can change into my comfies. Things are good. I'd walk in. Our windows are open. And there's two men just staring at me through the window. And I'm like, am I really home? Am I really done? It was so bad.
Yeah, it was tough.
It's over.
It was tough. So
we made it out.
So that was, and only like on the view, like here's how you tell I'm being serious about I don't want to be in my backyard while the pool's under construction because I just don't like to look at it. There was one year, many years ago, where they had built a new Marriott property, I mean, right across the street from the CBS Broadcast Center. Like you walk out of the front door of the hotel and it's like walk across the street, you're at the Broadcast Center. As opposed to where I stay now, which is like a 12 to 14 minute walk. And I was like, well, this would be awesome. I'm just going to stay here now. And I hated the views. Looking at it in my room, in my window, it was only like a 4-story hotel instead of like 38.
That's so funny.
And I was like, I'm just sitting on the 3rd floor looking out of a window. I'm in New York City, but I could be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm just looking out at a
what is this? This might as well be a strip mall.
I'm looking out of when I look out of my window, I'm looking at a BMW dealership as opposed to at the other hotel. I'm looking at
New York City.
I'm looking at the city, and I genuinely changed hotels and went back there strictly because when I'm at night.
What was the new Marriott?
54th and Broadway. The new Marriott was it was like on 57th between 10th and 11th down there.
Oh, okay.
It was not a great Marriott property, but it was a Marriott property, and it was way more convenient for me to be there.
Yeah.
And I stopped staying there because when I got out of studio at night and I sit down and open the window, I always open the blinds. I just want to see them relax and unwind. I didn't like what I was looking at, and I changed hotels because I just didn't like what I was looking at.
I was gonna laugh. There's a Marriott on 57th and Park.
That's the other way.
Maybe? Yeah, other way. But when Chris and I, before we were dating, we met up and stayed at that hotel when USC was playing Syracuse in the city. And so it had a special place in our hearts. And they had a nice little rooftop bar where you could see the Chrysler building. And it was, speaking of views, beautiful. Yeah. So when Chris was planning my big proposal extravaganza and he had all these stops around New York City, he had that hotel as one of them, but he didn't check. Because why would you? It's a hotel. Right. I figure, it's a Marriott in New York. It's still going to be there. It was under construction.
Oh, no.
And so when we went to that stop, all they had for us was like an apple and a juice box. And I remember my friend who was the friend station, because he had friends at each spot to like meet me and surprise me. And she's like, how did I get the construction zone hotel? And there was no working bathroom. You had to like go outside to go to a bathroom. The construction was awful. But I haven't been there, so I was going to ask how it ended up post-construction. But you can't tell me because you're committed to your views.
I've never been to that one. I've never been to that one. Perhaps I'll get there someday.
It was nice.
Hey, the city's going to be electric on Monday.
I would do anything to be there.
It's just going to be an awesome day. Like even if you weren't going to the game, it would be fun just to wake up on Monday in the city and just pop around Midtown and just pop into the bars.
Chris and I were even there, which is not in New York. We were there when Argentina won the World Cup, and being in Times Square, like we were walking to the theater. And Times Square just had this massive celebration for Argentina. And it was wild. And we're like, this is so fun. Imagine that times 1,000.
Right.
For everything. And the Tony Awards are Sunday night in New York.
Oh, no.
So, like, you go straight from the Tonys into Game 3. I mean, God, it's like a beautiful...
It's like heaven for you.
It would be the greatest weekend of my life in New York City.
Sounds good.
It'd be the greatest 48 hours of my life in New York City.
Man, you're going to have a fun Sunday and Monday.
No.
All right. So,
I sure am.
But before we get to Sunday and Monday, we got Friday night game 2.
So they better not mess it up.
What would mess it up?
The Spurs better win. I want a tied series going back to Madison Square Garden.
I do too, but like the only thing that would have messed it up, the electricity of Game 3 would have been Knicks down 0-2. Knicks up 2-0 is going to be on fire. Series tied 1-1's on fire. I don't think there's any messing it up now.
So my brain works in mysterious ways at times, and as someone who doesn't care about either of these teams most of the time, I found myself sincerely rooting for the Spurs during their series with the Thunder. And I found myself sincerely rooting for the Knicks as they were just beating the hell out of everybody. Right. And now they meet. And I don't care one way or the other who wins. I just desperately want it to go 7 games.
Sure.
So everything that I think about is how can this go 7 games?
Gotcha.
And the most likely outcome of that is the Spurs winning tonight, because if they're down 0-2, that feels like a big moment going into Madison Square Garden. That said, if the Knicks win tonight, I will shift, and this is where my brain is weird, I will want a Knicks sweep. I will want it to be historic.
Okay.
I will want the Knicks to have 3 swept series in a row on their way to a championship. That would be iconic.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to have to root for that. I want to root for the long series. I want this to go as long as possible, so we have as little time between the NBA Finals and the NBA Draft as possible.
And that is really where it does make Game 2 huge, not unlike Game 2 was huge for Carolina last night.
Yes.
For a lot of the same reasons. It's one thing to go down 0-2 when you're the lower seeded team, when you don't have home court advantage. You go down 0-2, losing both games at home, I mean, good luck. Because that's how it really could turn into a sweep.
Especially that building.
Now you're an under. You lose tonight. You're down 0-2. You go to the Garden on Monday. You're an underdog there.
Right.
The building's on top of you. You're supposed to lose that game.
Right.
Now you're down 0-3, and the place is unlike anything you've ever seen, and you're ready to just call it a day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you get a sweep.
It just snowballs quite quickly.
Real quick.
So we need the Spurs to win tonight.
I think we need the Spurs to win tonight. And my favorite thing about the NBA playoffs, particularly when you get to this stage, is the little bitty tinkering here. What do you do about this? Because the margins are that thin. It appears, especially with these two teams. And you can say, hey, you don't have to make rash decisions or overreact. You can be patient. But like, you might only have 3 games left. Yes. At most, you got 6. And so the big question is like, what do the Spurs do with De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
He's limited. He's trying. He's tough, limited. But he's limited. And the numbers are undeniable. He can say he's good to go, but there is nothing statistical that suggests he's actually good to go. Against Oklahoma City, they needed him on the court just to take care of the ball. Stephon Castle can't, and yet the option's a rookie. But the rookie has been amazing, and taking care of the ball is not as much of a priority against the Knicks as it was against the Thunder. Getting to the rim is more of a priority against the Knicks than that. Dylan Harper does it better than De'Aaron Fox. Plus, he's a little healthier, though not completely healthy. He's got the adductor thing. He's younger, he's bigger, he's stronger, and right now he looks better. What do you do?
But he's 20 years old. But up to this point, you have to collect data as you get it, and up to this point, he has not been afraid of the moment. And so when you bring in De'Aaron Fox,
just to stop here for a second.
Yeah.
Before these playoffs start, Dylan Harper is 20 years old, could be interpreted as an issue possibly for the Spurs. Doesn't feel like one now.
No.
Right.
And before these playoffs start, or you go back to when they brought De'Aaron Fox in the first place, it's so you have a veteran. So if you make a run in the playoffs, there is at least one person who has been there before. Now, you can't forecast that he has this ankle thing, and he's clearly not 100%. And so you have to do the math. I'm glad I don't have to do it.
Right.
But from a storyline standpoint, I would love for Dylan Harper to start.
Right.
Let's put him in the starting lineup.
I don't think you got to do that. I don't think they will. I don't think they will, because that's a very...
You keep it. You want to keep as much consistency as humanly possible, while also having the small tinkering around the edges.
You can tinker around the edges without doing that. If you just keep the same starting lineup, Ernie and Charles and Czech and Kenny come on tonight, and they're just talking about in the Spurs are trying to...
Starters are the starters. They play that funny little cartoon music when they do the Knicks starters, which I really enjoyed.
The Spurs got, that, and then the Spurs got to bounce back. Can Wemby be better? They will mention De'Aaron Fox, I'm certain. They'll applaud Dylan Harper, I'm sure, but it's just a little thing in a pregame. If you announce the lineup change,
that's the story.
It's the A block. It's the A block. Ernie's leading there. Right. It's something De'Aaron Fox is going to get asked about. Mitch Johnson's going to get asked about it. Dylan Harper's going to get asked about it. You turn it into a very... Right now, it's just a thing that Stan Van Gundy's on a podcast talking about.
Yeah.
For the most part. It's just a thing we're talking about for the most part.
That turns it into the story. And then it is also a success or fail story.
Yes.
So.
And then it's if you win, it ratchets up. Is the De'Aaron Fox era over in San Antonio before his max extension even kicks in? Yeah. If you lose, it's like, we've been talking about the Spurs' inexperience.
And here's where
their inexperienced coach panicking. He was tied with 7 minutes to go in game 1, and now he's panicking because Jalen Brunson stole his soul. And now he's tinkering with starting lineups, and now he thinks it's the right moves to throw a 20-year-old into a must-win game. And it's just, it gets real messy. You don't have to do it.
No, you don't have to do it.
You just let De'Aaron Fox start. And then I do think you have to do this. You have to monitor that.
If it's going poorly, because it was such a bad start the other night.
Because you can do this. In game 1, Fox played 38, Harper played 28. You change the starting lineup. That is a big announcement.
But you change the minutes?
No
one's going to notice. Most people don't
notice. Zach Lowe will notice.
Yeah.
The basketball nerds with podcasts will notice. Right. But it's not a big headline.
It's not the headline.
It's not the headline.
It's a graph.
And I think that's
and I think that's the appropriate place to go from.
I think that's the appropriate place to go. I do
think you are seeing Mitch Johnson in real time, and it's just by necessity have to figure out how much do you put on each of these young men? Because you're learning about them. This is your first year with Dylan Harper. And we even saw it it's been a joke of some sort on our show with Carter Bryant. Because I thought, when Carter Bryant gets yelled at to the point where he's crying on the court in the last series, I was like, that's cool, because then you put him back in the game. Yeah. And CJ's point, which is also completely factual, is this isn't the time to be learning lessons. Yeah. This is the NBA play. At that point, this is the Western Conference Finals. This is the NBA Finals. And you saw Carter Bryant look like fresh meat to Jalen Brunson and score his quick 10 points easy. So maybe Carter Bryant doesn't come back on the court. But that's something that Mitch Johnson, you're seeing him continue to test the boundaries of the trust of these young guys. And so what's the cutoff point? Or where does he make these more rash decisions? It's interesting because we're learning about him too. We talk so much about the players, but this really is learning the coaching style of who could be the next coach of a dynasty just as much as the guys on the team.
It's my favorite.
It's so fun. It's
my favorite part. Even in advance of game 1, I think the big, so you'll have one of these almost with every game. Okay, here's what we just watched. What do you do about this? So this one is what do you do about De'Aaron Fox? If he continues to be limited, doesn't have a burst, can't get into the restricted area, do you just turn it over to the 20-year-old? Even if it might cause some issues, because this is your franchise point guard, at least on paper. I love that. And in game 1, we got to do it. I think it was with who's Wemby going to guard. They're going to put him on Josh Hart and let Josh Hart stand in the corner and take open threes so Wemby can roam. Or do you just start him on Karl Anthony Towns? And so, in advance of that, me and my boys, we talk about it, and I'm like, what do you think? And they don't know, but we get to talk.
But it's going through the process.
But we get to talk about it. And it's okay, if you start him on Josh Hart, here's why you would do that. And so we're talking about it. And then I'm like, but if you wanted to start him on Karl Anthony Towns, the reason you would do that is because of this. And the problem is with Josh Hart is he's going to get these open threes. So that's what we're going to watch. The first minute of the game, if he's on Josh Hart, does he get the open threes? When that happens, does he take them? If he takes them, does he make? And now we're just sort of talking. Right. And I'm sort of guiding him through it. But then the game came on and we turned it on. And Lou immediately went, he's guarding Cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's go.
And
now
Cat's guarding him.
Yeah, and now we're watching basketball. And I just sort of love being able to. I like thinking about it. I like talking about it, and then I like actually watching it. I want to watch. Assuming De'Aaron Fox is in the starting lineup, I want to hyper focus on him in the opening 3 minutes on both ends. How's he moving? Where is he getting? What's he doing? I love stuff like this.
Oh, I love
because in the regular season you don't get it at all because none of this stuff matters. None of it matters.
No.
You can't even tell if somebody's moving well because they're barely moving. They don't care.
No.
So you get none. This is the sport where what you watch in the playoffs, particularly at this point, the attention to detail.
Yes.
It's
every little thing.
Every little thing matters.
It's an OCDer's best case sports viewing experience because it is.
We don't get it in the regular season
obsessive.
because none of it matters that much.
Yes.
Nobody puts that much thought into anything in the regular season.
No.
But right now, there's a thought in every single moment, and it's my favorite part of it.
No, it's fun. And even just being proven wrong in the middle of a game. Like Chris's big thing on whatever day we were watching the game. Game 1.
Let's call it Wednesday. Yeah, we're going to call it Wednesday.
It was Wednesday. These weeks. Early on, he goes, man, the Spurs aren't going to have to deal with any depth nonsense like they had to do with the Thunder. Like this Knicks team, less deep. Obviously, good role players.
Sure.
Starting 5, everyone has their role, and maybe Mitchell Robinson will play his part as a secondary big. You can throw out Wemby, but like in comparison to the Thunder, like this isn't going to be anything. And then Landry Shamet comes in. He goes, how the hell is Landry Shamet cooking the Spurs right now? And I'm like, it's the beauty of the playoffs.
Well, like we had the you think. You heading into the NBA Finals and you go, okay, these are the players who are going to matter.
Right.
Over here it's this, over here it's this.
Right.
And then it's like, knee injury, here's Jose Alvarado.
It's like, is Tyler Collett going to come in?
Right.
Like, what's going on right now?
All right. Now it's on you, Jose Alvarado.
Yes.
It's like, what are we doing?
Well, then you're like, oh, God, this might be over quick.
But, so fun stuff.
Yeah, even the bionic nature of these guys. Like, for Jalen Brunson to look like he's dead and then come back and have the end of the game that he did. He takes 31 shots, and you're like, ooh. But you watch him in the fourth quarter of games, and you're just in absolute awe. That's the kind of player who I do genuinely love to experience these playoffs through my parents, who we did not grow up like a huge NBA family.
Right.
And both my parents have turned into massive NBA fans in my experience working with the Grizzlies, and it's been delightful. But the players who capture my mom's heart, who she genuinely starts to root for, and Jalen Brunson is that player. She loves him. She loves Victor Wembanyama. She enjoys watching him play. She hates the Thunder. But Jalen Brunson, she's like, he's one of my top 3 favorite players.
He's easy.
What?
He's easy.
He is. He's so easy, and he's mesmerizing.
Yes.
And all we do is to turn these things on and watch somebody somehow do something that makes zero sense and defies odds and physics and body types and whatever. And Jalen Brunson does that consistently in big games.
And
too.
he's a killer.
Yes.
Just an absolute killer. So laser focused on the
not
task.
being in the room with the trophy. Have you seen that? He refuses to do any promotional events with the Larry O'Brien.
Oh.
So someone showed him hoodie on, just staring straight ahead, not having anything to do with the
Yeah,
trophy
that's fine. I don't
whatsoever.
care about that. I mean, just I love the idea that he takes over game 1 of the NBA Finals, and his immediate reaction is to go find Scott Foster and be like, yo, you let me die. You let me die,
out there.
You let me die out here tonight. We got this done, but this can't keep happening. I just love that. That's what he wanted to address in that moment.
Yes.
Okay, is this done? Are we done here?
I have business to take care of.
Now I got to come talk to you again. I love every bit of it.
I love the mentals.
Yeah. All right.
It's so
all right.
fun. I really hope it's a great game. We got a great game.
All right. You have a great weekend.
I hope that you are able to watch
All right,
in whatever
you
capacity.
guys can send a text. You can send a text right at tip off in the Algeria Strong group text, and I'll let you. I'll drop the pin if you need it.
I think we're gonna stay in tonight.
I'll
We
drop
got a
it.
big
Same.
weekend.
I'll drop
we got
a
a lot
pin.
of stuff.
I'll drop a
coming
pin.
up. Busy Saturday.
I'll drop a pin.
I
I say that. I don't think I even know how to drop a pin.
I don't think I'd know how to do that either.
we could just all share our locations and track each other like little Sims. Do you track people's locations?
My family is on
Okay.
it. Yeah, it's me, my wife, our oldest son,
Okay.
my mother-in-law,
Okay.
and then one of Kelly's friends. I don't know why she's on there.
Nice.
I think she was with our kids a lot, so we had her on there with the kids. But Life 360.
Oh no, I just use good old fashioned.
Oh no, we don't.
My iPhone.
No, we don't. I don't do that.
Do you?
My wife tracks me, but I don't track anyone.
You may tell you the real benefit of it, Life 360. It's not for I need to know where you're at all times. That's weird. What it's for, what it's really helpful for, is I don't have to ever call and be like, "What are you on? Are you on your way?"
Yeah.
Or how much longer before you gonna get here? It's I can literally see she will
I don't have to nag.
So you ready for this? So I had this moment last Friday. You know this story. But I got a phone call, and my wife needed to go to the hospital. We'd gotten some results. She had felt bad in Dallas and got some blood work done, and the results did not come back immediately. But last Friday, the Dallas hospital called, and they were like, "We got some blood work back. You need to go to the hospital and just make sure this is okay." And just fast forward to the end, everything's fine. She's great. Everything's fine.
She just needed to make me feel better about not being able to go to Italian Fest.
So if you want to know why we didn't actually go to Italian Fest, we didn't
It was
bail.
Kelly.
We didn't bail because you and Chris bailed. We bailed because we were at Baptist East. We were at Baptist East. So I get off the show. I'm getting ready to do Vernon's show. And she's like, hey, I got to go to the hospital. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I feel fine. You don't even have to go. She was like, just stay and do Vernon's show. And I was like, I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
My wife's at the hospital and I'm just in here, talking about Caleb Wilson or something. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. So I was like, I'll meet you there. And so I drove out east near the hospital and I went to like a little ramen place or whatever out there. And I just sat down by myself, table of one. And I'm just sort of sitting there and I've got my computer out and I'm just sort of, what I'm actually doing is waiting on my wife to get to the hospital. I can go now, but what's the point? She's not even there yet.
Right.
Because she's coming from home.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in this restaurant and I'm just sort of sitting here. And as I finally get up, I notice she's like about to get there. So I'm like, all right, I'll pack up now. So I didn't have to call and ask. I noticed she's 10 minutes away and I'm 10 minutes away. I'll meet her there.
Easy.
So I close my, get my check, sign or whatever. And there's this table of guys sitting next to me. And I get up and the guy goes, hey, excuse me, are you? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, listen and all that stuff. And he goes, so wait, I don't remember how it happened, but he's like, so what are you doing out here? Or what's something? And I was like, yeah, I don't know what I said, but I said something like, yeah, I just, I'm out here because I got to go to the hospital. My wife's in the hospital. And so I got to go out there. And as it came out of my mouth, I was like, should I even said that?
Yeah, probably not.
Is that a weird thing to say to a stranger?
Probably
like the guy was like, hey, I listened to your show. How you doing? I'm like, I'm good. Headed to the hospital. My wife's there. And he's like, oh, I hope everything's okay. I just felt like I overshared in that moment. I definitely overshared.
Yeah, you for sure.
I was hoping you would tell me I didn't.
No.
As a fellow
You're seeking
oversharer.
sympathy.
I don't know why.
No, he wasn't. No. As a fellow oversharer, you were not seeking sympathy. You just overshare everything.
We
talk on this show. We say it all the time, and then you're in situations where maybe you shouldn't be saying everything that is actually going on in your life, and you're like, I overshared. You did not need them to know that your wife was in the hospital. You were not looking for them to feel for you. You were just matter of fact. Yeah, my wife's in the hospital. I'm here. I don't think about it. This happens to me all the time.
I wasn't even thinking.
And then like hours later, I'll be like, I really didn't need to share that detail. I think my New Year's resolution next year is going to be share less. I want to be a mysterious woman. I want to be a mystery.
You want to be a little more mysterious?
I want to be mysterious because I am out there.
I was just like, yeah, my wife's in the hospital. And then I left there and I was like, I don't think I needed to say that to somebody I met 45 seconds ago. Okay? Not. Because then I put him in a position where it's like, it was almost like, well, I don't want to keep you. It was all that kind of stuff, right?
I'm so sorry. Is everything okay? Because then it requires more details.
Right. I just felt like I dumped on this guy. Yeah. I do this sometimes. I've noticed.
I know.
I got an email.
I'm trying. You're actively working on being more flexible. I'm actively working on sharing less.
I got an email from a guy one time, and it was just the nicest email. And it was somebody who works in our profession who is a prominent person, and we're friendly, but we're not friends. We don't know each other that well. And it was just a random email from him, and he was like, hey, man, I just wanted to tell you, me and my dad, they're fans of a college basketball team that was really good this past season. And he said, hey, I just want to tell you, me and my dad, they're fans of a Final Four team. Mm-hmm. And me and my dad have just enjoyed this season, connecting over this team. And a big part of it's been the Eye on College Basketball podcast. And we laugh at you guys. And you have made this season like really great for me and my dad. And now we're going to the Final Four together. And I just wanted to reach out and tell you that. Simple note. And I bet I wrote this 2,000 words about, man, I'm so glad you're doing this with your dad. Because, my dad. And then it was just that. And I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my God.
He did not need to know the story about my dad. He was just trying to share a note of his dad.
And I was just trying to say, man, don't take this for granted.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever put it off to next year. You don't know, man. You just wake up one day and it's a different world. And I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I did. First off, I didn't have the time to do that. It was like therapy. It was clearly for me. Uh-huh. And I was looking, how can I unsend? No, and I was just like,
just leave it.
And then I never
heard from him again.
No.
God.
For several days.
Okay.
And I could not get it out of my head. I was
like, I went too far.
And then I finally got a response back at some point. And it was nice and whatever. Nice. And then my follow-up was like, hey, I'm sorry to dump all that on you.
No, then you should have just left it.
I messed up again. But it was quick. It was good. Okay. So anyway, I had a similar thing with this. I'm at this place, and this guy's like, so what's going on? I was like, yeah, my wife's dying. I don't know what I said. It sounded like that almost. And so I left there the whole time, and I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. And then I have this whole other feeling. This is the one I was actually talking about. I had been sitting there for a long time, just picking at food and like reading and just it looked like if you were just observing me, I look like a person who was just wasting time sitting by myself. And then I immediately say, yeah, my wife's in the hospital. And then I had this feeling like, I wonder if these guys thought my wife's in the hospital. And I'm just sitting here picking at French fries and scrolling. And then so I had that big insecurity. So now I'm glad I'm getting this all out there.
I love this therapy session.
Yeah, this is really good. I feel
Do you want to name my therapist? She's great.
So if you were the people that were next to me having lunch next Friday,
your wife was fine.
I need you to know two things. This has really been on my mind. I need you to know two things. My wife was fine.
Yeah.
Is fine. Whatever she was dealing with, it was basically gone by the time we left Dallas, Texas. But it was a real thing in Dallas, Texas. Okay. She was fine. So I wasn't, I didn't mean to overshare. I shouldn't have.
Sure.
And secondly, I wasn't just sitting there while she's at the hospital. I was waiting for her to get to the hospital before I went. And the way that I knew it was time for me to leave is because of the Life's 360 app. I didn't have to call or text. I could just monitor.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to give you a piece of advice.
Okay,
I'm going to give you just a reminder.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about you that much.
God!
I guarantee those guys, they haven't thought about it since they left the restaurant. But now you brought it back up. And if they are listening, because they did recognize you and they said they're fans of the show, so maybe they are listening right now.
I saw one of the guys in the chat on Monday, so they have thought about it.
Now they might.
I saw one of the guys in the chat on Monday reference where I had lunch on Friday.
Yeah, but
they're
not sitting there thinking about how you looked and then finding out that your wife was in the hospital. Although, I guess a nice person would be concerned and want an update on your wife being in the hospital.
In my head, this is what happened. I walked out of that restaurant. I said, all right, guys, y'all take care. Good to meet you. And I got in my car and drove away. And then as soon as I got in my car, they went, what kind of dude would just leave his wife at the hospital and come here and pick at ramen all day long?
Yeah, but even if that's what they said, then they moved on with the rest of their day and never thought about it again.
I thought that I had a real fear that they thought I was ignoring my wife to eat ramen.
How dare you? You should have been there waiting for her out the door. What if she got to the hospital and was like, I need help? And she said, where's my husband? And it was like, I was 1 minute behind because I mistimed our Life 360.
I was pretty sure she was going to be fine.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure she was going to be fine.
Just not fine enough for Italian Fest.
Not fine enough for Italian Fest. But there were people at the emergency room who weren't fine.
Yeah, I know.
And I will tell you, it's been a minute since I've been in an emergency room.
It's not a fun time.
It is a real indictment on our country that this is where
hell of a place
that this is where people go when they are sick. It is like a serious indictment on our country. We should, politics aside, we should have better.
We should fix that. We should fix that.
I was in East Memphis, and you could have told me I was in a third world country, and
emergency rooms are tough. Do you watch The Pit?
No, but I think I should, because I was like, is this really one of the good ones?
I've been in that exact same one, and you're like, I took my wife, and like we're sitting next to someone, and I'm like, are they dying? Like, can somebody do something?
I want to be very clear. Yes. The people were great.
For sure.
The doctors, the nurses, everybody we dealt with was great, but just everything that was going on was bananas. I'm not exaggerating or making it up. There was a man laying on by the front door, just laying there, and it was not clear to me if he was alive or not. And he must have laid there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I mean, he was just there, and it was like he might as well have been invisible. It was just like
going to the emergency room is such a just horrific experience across, like, no matter what emergency room you're going to, for the most part. Because even if we had a very nice new hospital where I grew up, and it became our go-to emergency room, and I was an accident-prone kid who broke a couple bones. And so we spent some time there. And so it was like nice aesthetically, but you still waited. I mean, I just remember my parents, the time I broke my finger, they were like, all right, let's go sit in the emergency room for 3 hours. And so Chris, fast forward to today, like, He's fine, just like your wife. Chris is fine. But he had like a small little rash on his hand that he thought, I should go get this checked out just to make sure it's not, I don't know, ringworm or a tick or something.
Sure.
And so he called his doctor, and he really loves his primary care doctor. And he was like, hey, can you guys get me in? I just want to get this rash looked at. And they said, yeah, we can get you in. How does the first week of August?
Yeah.
And he goes, the first week of August? I really hope that this rash is gone by the first week of August. And so he calls me and he goes, I just want to complain about the U.S. medical healthcare system. I said, buddy, go for it. Because I've been talking to another friend who's going through all sorts of stuff with fertility and has had a hell of a ride on that side. So tell me how you feel. Because I just don't understand. If I want to see my normal doctor, who I like, who I appreciate, I have to wait until August.
Right.
My other option is going to minor med, which is also not very fun. He said, but what if something was seriously wrong with me? I would have to go to the emergency room. Like, seriously wrong, but not enough that you're calling 911.
Right.
I couldn't just call my doctor, who could like run blood work, go through things, someone I trust. I'd have to go to the emergency room. And how many people are so inherently pre-frustrated with the emergency room, they don't even go to the emergency room, and then they die. And that's how we got to there. And I was like, you're right. You're speaking truth. Because I get it happens all the time because nobody wants to go to the emergency room. It is a last resort.
Like, I walked out of there depressed.
Yeah.
Like, and I had this moment of realization, like, and we're the lucky ones.
I know.
We're the ones with the great health insurance.
I know.
Like, I'm one of the lucky people.
I've got great health insurance.
Yes. I mean, we are
thrilled with my health insurance.
We have incredible health insurance. We are the lucky in this screwed up system.
Yeah.
We are the lucky ones. And even that don't get you any further than where I was last Friday, which was like it just you always see these things, and then I promise we'll end it here. And it's been like, the war in wherever cost this much a day. And I'm like, all right, that's the price for that. Gotcha. Give me a price on if you get sick or hurt, there's a place to go that's awesome and it'll make you better. Give me the price on that. And I think I'd rather have that than maybe some of the other stuff we have. But
It'd just be a little nicer.
But maybe I'm naive.
Wishful thinking.
Maybe I'm just full of wishful thoughts. That seems like a good place to end it.
Yeah.
I love wishful thoughts.
Why don't you go walk some dogs?
I got the day off.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Friday.
I am.
Then I want you to enjoy your Saturday.
Oh, I am.
And then I want you to enjoy the Tony Awards on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
And then I'm going to talk to you on Monday morning.
Game 2 Friday night.
Yeah.
Le Bon Appetit fundraiser for Le Bonheur tomorrow for me.
You sure do like to fundraise.
I can't wait.
Man, you sure.
I love to fundraise.
Man.
Tony Awards.
Yes.
And then game 3 on Monday. Oh, my God.
This is the good stuff.
I can't wait.
This is the good stuff.
I don't even know. Pink's hosting the Tony Awards. I know you were curious.
I was.
Trying to figure out if you're going to tune in. I know you like award shows. So
yes.
I expect to find your takes on the Tonys on Monday morning.
I was hoping it'd be Nikki Glazer.
Yeah, they couldn't get her.
I like it when she hosts.
Pink.
I like it when she hosts things.
I like her better when she hosts things than when she does stand-up.
I think she's good at both. I actually do think she's a good very good stand-up comedian.
I just didn't like her last special.
I did.
You did?
Uh-huh.
You're the first person that I've talked to who liked that special.
I mean, I watched it late at night. I was a little,
right.
Things are a little blurry sometimes, but I remember going, Netflix or whatever it was, Hulu, one of them. It was one.
I can't remember.
You finish streaming it and they say, hey, you like this? You want to hit us with a thumbs up or not? I think I hit them with a thumbs up.
Oh, good.
I enjoy Nikki Glazer.
Okay.
All right.
And she's not hosting. It's Pink.
Damn.
Her name's Alicia, actually.
Pink's name is Alicia.
Yeah. Her real name's Alicia.
Well.
We spent a weekend together once.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you off air.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
All right, hey, I'm going to see you on Monday morning.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. That's Jessica Benson. Now I don't know what to do.
Where do you go from here?
Am I supposed to text you like as soon as you walk out of here? Like, what's going on? What kind of hard drugs did you and Pink do? Is that what I'm supposed to ask you? Did you do hard drugs with Pink?
No.
You didn't?
No, she was in a time of sobriety.
Oh.
Would I do hard drugs with Pink?
So you hung out with the not fun Pink. Interesting.
I hung out with Pink trying to be her best self.
Yeah, that sounds boring.
It was Alicia.
That sounds boring. I like the other Pink.
Did Pink do hard drugs?
I don't know. I'm just making things up. I have no idea. I don't know anything about Pink.
I want to be on Pink's good side.
I know Pink's got a daughter.
Yeah.
That's all
she
I know.
sings too.
Yeah. Well, I would assume so.
I know Pink does the ropes.
She
Not
does
the
ropes.
The silks.
She flips around.
She does that like glitter in the sky song and like fell from the sky on ropes, silks.
Okay. Good
Acrobatics.
Yeah, she's an acrobat.
She's an acrobat. Bennett's like, please, for the love of all,
get to break.
take a break.
We're not going to finish.
Bennett's like, get to break. We're never going to get out of this show. Jesus. I noticed, like, this week, I told somebody yesterday. I got into a conversation last night, and they were like, I just don't know how you talk for 2 hours every day.
And you're like, I don't know how I don't talk for 3.
You know what I said? I said, I promise you, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. I don't want to. It is not my intent.
Oh, my God.
It is not my intent. I don't want to be here this long. Poor Kyra. Think about her. She has to just sit there and watch this shit.
She hates us.
She hates me. I know she hates me.
Think about Steven, who has to find a clip.
I know she hates me.
You're all over the place.
Yeah, I could give Steven 80 minutes.
Steven can't clip. We need better health care.
I could give Steven 80 minutes and he could find something and we could all get to our weekend. Instead, I got this asshole. He's like, I know GP gonna give me an hour 56 again. I know GP about to turn in an hour 56 again because he won't shut up. Yeah. All right, I gotta go. Bennett's getting mad. Kyra's down there probably stabbing a voodoo doll of me.
No.
Yeah.
It's better that you know.
It's better that I know. I'm gonna try to.
At least you're self-aware.
Wait till next week. Monday, I'm getting in and out of here in like 70 minutes.
Okay.
I'm doing 70 minutes on Monday. I'm gonna recalibrate. I'm gonna spend the weekend doing a little soul searching. All right. I'll see you on Monday. You're going to see a better version of me on Monday.
Look forward to it.
When we come back, I locked in on hockey last night, so I'm going to talk to you about it, hopefully briefly. All right? Hopefully briefly. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
Get ready, Grizzlies fans. It is time for the Surfside Can Shuffle. Can you keep up with the cans and find Mac the Crab?
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
I saw a still photo this morning. Look at this still photo of Wembanyama catching this ball.
Come on, bro. Come on, dog. That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's so unfair.
It's a 2K creative player, bro.
I texted you all that last night. I was like, that crap is so unfair.
Bro, he's the dude, Vernon. I told you, he's the dude where you put him on the game, you can't use him, bro.
Look where his hands are.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
number 1.
I locked in on the Stanley Cup last night.
I did too.
I
Yeah.
locked in.
It's good stuff.
Did you lock in before it got wild, or did you lock in post-wild?
Well, I had it on the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, we were dual screening a little bit last night, so I had it on the whole time, but obviously I locked in a little bit more in that third period, yeah.
So I was dual screening as well, and I was like, but not completely focused on it.
Mm-hmm.
For people who weren't watching, Vegas went up 1-0 in the first, 2-0 in the second. They had already won game 1 on the road, so they're up 2-0 with like less than 8 to play in regulation, and then everything just went crazy. They make it 2-1. They make it 2-2. Then we get the controversy with the goal under review. Did you understand what was happening there?
No.
No, me neither. So basically, like a puck gets, right next to the. This is all going to sound stupid. I don't know anything about hockey, but it gets down there right next to the net, and everybody's fighting for it and whatever. And the goalie gets his big mitt on it or something, and then somebody's poking and everybody's fighting, and the puck crosses the line. Like if you're looking for a puck to cross the line, the puck crosses the line, and then the officials are like, no goal, no goal. Goalie interference. They call it goalie interference. And so then Vegas's coach is like, that's not goalie interference. That's a goal. We're going to challenge that. And so they challenge it. But the call on the ice, think of it as football, is goalie interference. So you got to have conclusive evidence to overturn it. They didn't seem to get there. Even if multiple hockey analysts on ESPN were like, Vegas just got screwed. Because the way the challenges work in hockey, and buddy, if you knew this before yesterday, you knew it before I did. The way the challenges work in hockey, you can challenge that. So Vegas did. But if the challenge is unsuccessful, it's a 2-minute penalty, which is kind of crazy.
That seems like an extreme rule.
Think about this. Think about this for the NBA. And you challenged a call, and you were unsuccessful.
And then Victor Wembanyama's got to sit for 2 minutes.
It's that's what they were doing. Not even that. Not even Victor Wembanyama's got to sit. You got to play 4-on-5 for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, what? So they challenge, and so and it's unsuccessful. And so now they got to, Carolina's got a power play. So naturally they score, and it's like, oh, wow, that's going to be the game. They are real, Vegas is getting screwed. Mark Messier looked like he's about to fist fight somebody. Mark Messier was mad. All right. So I think hockey guides and all that, they allowed Vegas to score a third goal and get it to 3-3 to get it to overtime. But, buddy, if Vegas would have lost that in regulation, 3-2, that would have been because it's not clear to me that I don't know anything about it. How about this? I heard multiple hockey experts see it different ways.
Yeah.
The play-by-play guy for ESPN was like, I thought it was goalie interference. And then the hockey analyst in studio with Scott Van Pelt is like, no, that's a goal.
Yeah.
That was a goal. Vegas got robbed. And then, because they wouldn't overturn it, gets screwed again. Not only do they disallow the goal that should have been a goal, this is what the one analyst is saying, then you punish them, give Carolina a power play, and then there's the goal. Woo. Luckily for everybody, I think, the NHL and everybody, Vegas scored it. You get the breathing, you get the overtime. And then I guess I just spaced on how overtime hockey works. I mean, I know this much about hockey.
Yeah.
It could end at any minute.
They score, it's over.
I think I forgot.
Yeah. Did you miss it? You walked away from the TV, didn't you? Yeah.
So I'm in it, man. I'm watching the third period, and then they go to overtime, and Mark Messier's on TV, and he looks like he wants to fist fight somebody, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And then I was like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom. And so I got up to go drain my lizard. I think that's what they used to say down in Mississippi.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So I got up to go drain my lizard. And I was draining my lizard. And I heard the roar from the TV.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome, man.
It sounded awesome.
Yeah, I was telling you, my wife's aunt's a season ticket holder for the Hurricanes, and they were there last night. And then I'm sure it was an amazing experience.
I mean, imagine you feel like your season's over. You're down 1-0 in the series. You're down 2-0 in the game. 8 minutes left. This is over. We're going to be down 0-2 heading back to Vegas. We got to win 4 of the next 5, and 3 of them are going to be in Vegas. We're done here.
Yeah.
And then you score again, get it to overtime, score again. You're a winner. Now the series is tied 1-1, got new life. The whole thing flipped in those final minutes of third period.
I'm really rooting for the Hurricanes, not just because, but like, I was thinking about it, man. Like, so obviously, like when we think about like North Carolina specifically, like you think, okay, big sports tradition because of Duke and North Carolina, right? And won a lot of championships, obviously, but like not a great pro sports legacy, no championships.
Panthers in the Super Bowl.
Panthers went to the Super Bowl, yeah. But like the Hornets have never gone to. I don't think they've ever gone to the finals.
I can't recall.
No, and then the Hurricanes haven't won a Stanley Cup, so it's kind of cool.
All right, go Hurricanes from the South. We're rooting for the South.
Yeah,
we don't always root for the South.
But in this instance, we will
root for the South. All right, so go Hurricanes. That was brilliant stuff last night. And Game 3, I gather, is set for Saturday night.
Number 2.
Congratulations to the Texas softball team. They are your back-to-back Women's College World Series champions. They defeated Texas Tech last night 4-1. Did you watch any of this?
I did not.
I did.
I didn't. I was dual screening with the hockey, and I was trying to lock into the verdict, which we'll talk about in the next segment. Yeah, my wife's got some reality TV. We got a lot going on.
I turned it on. I was trying to get anybody to like lock in with me on softball. Yeah. Nobody cared. I was like, Lou, it's the last inning. 3 more outs to a national championship. He's like, Dad, I'm not watching softball. I said, all right, what do you want me to do? I'm doing the best I can. So anyway, the Texas women are Texas Tech. They're the ones that just went out and bought all the best players.
Everybody,
they're like they try to do like what the Miami Heat did when they went and got LeBron and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. They were like, we'll just make a champion.
Yeah.
And it's not going so well, mostly because of Texas. They got all the way to the College World Series last year, same thing, same 2 teams. It was a repeat national championship, repeat Women's College World Series. Texas won it last year. Game 1 on, Wednesday night. And then Game 2 was last night. So it's a close game. We're getting late. And then a little girl for Texas Tech, the shortstop, made a throwing error, like force out at third, and she tried to rush it and just bad throw, E6, and that was more or less the game. Then Texas closes out. But it was just, I felt sick. I don't even know I don't know anything about the girl or her family or anything, but like, that's a tough one. The throwing error to more or less end your hopes.
That's tough.
At a College World Series. I mean, and the throw, you ready for it? The throw was from me to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was and just bad. And then the cameras are in the crowd, and they're just shooting these fans, and some of the fans are the parents,
right?
And you could just see these 2 moms. They look exactly like softball moms look, and you could just see them like they're mad and they're talking like this. And I was like, because if you're ever involved in youth sports, particularly if it gets to like a competitive situation where like, you practice a lot and you want to win. Like you're trying to win. We're not out just having fun. Like, you're only 9 years old. We want you to have fun. But the reason everybody's spending all this money and driving out to these places and practicing all this time is like you want to win. So like it's serious. And it can be a real delicate, like, ball hit the short, bad throw. What do you do as a parent? If you were just watching your favorite baseball, if you were watching the Orioles or I was watching the Mets, you'd go, "What do you? Make a throw!"
Yeah.
You'd be like, "What?" But it's like that's your friend's kid who just screwed up the game, and all of our kids have screwed up the game at one point. Every one of our kids has screwed up the game. My kid's gonna make a bad throw. Your kid's gonna get thrown out at second because he didn't slide, even though he'd been told to slide 70,000 times. Slide into second, idiot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now your little idiot kid didn't slide, so now the tournament's over.
It's tough.
It's been every one of us. It's been our kid who has screwed up the game. And so how do you handle that? You just sit there and you be quiet. That's what you do. That's the right answer, by the way, if you're wondering. It's not a rhetorical question. The answer is you sit there and you be quiet and you encourage. You encourage.
Yeah.
You don't yell. It just beats them down. You encourage. They're 9. But you have these moments where even if, like I have these moments, it's like, oh, lose up 2 outs. He's got to get this ball in play or else, I get nervous for him. He doesn't seem to get nervous at all, but I get nervous for him. And I could see it on their faces last night. Like the moms were like, that little girl, if she just make that throw. But I did notice she had a C on her chest, so she was the captain. It was the captain.
Ouch.
It was the captain that made the throwing error that basically gave Texas back-to-back national championships. So congrats to the Longhorns. Our condolences to the Red Raiders, but I'm sure they'll find millions of dollars to go buy some more pitchers and maybe a shortstop that can make a little cleaner throws. That wouldn't be a bad thing to invest in based on what I saw last night.
Number 3.
Remember that little idiot who ran onto the court in game 1 of the NBA Finals the other night?
I do.
Tried to get a selfie with Wemby. He got arrested. He's facing charges, banned from all NBA arenas. We expected that. Yesterday, on social media, Buffalo Wild Wings tried to reach out to him. Mm-hmm. They said, hey, America, find this person for us. We want him to watch Game 2 of the NBA Finals with us. He might be banned from Frostbank Center and from Madison Square Garden and from FedEx Forum and from every other NBA arena, but he ain't banned from Buffalo Wild Wings. If you want to come to Buffalo Wild Wings and celebrate with us, eat on us, watch Game 2, just tell us what location you're going to be at, and we'll take it from there. And immediately, people were like, Buffalo Wild Wings, what are you doing?
It is weird. Like, that's one of those where it's like, who signed off on this?
I don't know who, but whoever it is, you know what they would be today? Unemployed. And not because I think we can't live with mistakes. God knows you make them every day. I do too.
That's right.
I can live with mistakes. But when you make that mistake, you know what it shows me? It's not just a mistake you made because sometimes make mistakes. Like you thought that was good. You thought that was smart. You thought that would make a positive impact for our company. And it so obviously wasn't any of those things. What that tells me is you don't know what you're doing. You're not equipped to handle this job, so you can't have this job anymore. It's okay to push story number 3 when you're supposed to push story number 2. That don't really matter. We just laugh about it. But when you mess up like that, that shows me you don't know how to do the job I've hired you to do. You have no grasp for what you should be doing. You thought that was good, and it was so obviously bad, you've got to go. That person would be fired today for that exact reason.
And I'm trying, you know, we got a new Buffalo Wild Wings drive-through over by us.
They're building one right next to my house.
It's a Buffalo Wild Wings / Dunkin' Donuts drive-through.
Dude, they're building one right next to my house.
Yeah, when did they link up?
I don't know, but that's what they're building next to my house.
Where did that come from? I mean, I like obviously we've seen like the Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut, conglomerate.
Sure.
They've all been, packaged together.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know Buffalo Wild Wings and Dunkin' were tight like that, but
I didn't know they were tight like that.
I've been so intrigued by it, and like obviously with wings, like we're a wing city, so I want to get local wings,
sure,
like, at all times. But like, it's intriguing. Like you see that drive through, the new signage and everything, you're like, oh man, I kind of want to drive through there and see what's going on.
And then they do something like this. They try to partner with, they attempt to partner with
a criminal.
They attempted to partner with a criminal. And just like broadly speaking, independent of what Buffalo Wild Wings tried to do, I'm over young people doing things just to get content on video with no regard for anything else. I'm over that. Like walking up to people of a certain race and provoking them.
Yes.
I'm over that. I hope you get shot in the face.
No,
I'm not exaggerating.
Create good content.
I hope you get shot in the face, and I hope I get on the jury, and I will you're not guilty. The person who did that to you is not guilty as far as I'm concerned. Leave people alone, all right?
Yes.
You don't need to be running up on people trying to provoke them. If you are somebody who does that, I don't want you to get shot in the face. But, like, I don't care what happens to you if it's bad. Like, you started this. This person was just over here minding their own business. Now you're in their face trying to provoke them for content. Whatever happens to you is fair game as far as I'm concerned. The videos you see sometimes, like, watch how funny this will be. You got 50 people standing around baggage claim at an airport. And, they're monitoring the thing, and they see a passenger spot their bag, and you can see they're getting ready to get their bag that's coming around. And then, a 19-year-old runs up, grabs the bag, and starts running out of the airport with the other person's bag. And so the person's like, hey, that's my bag. And now we're doing that. And it's like, I'm just playing around. We know it's your bag.
No.
Bro,
I'm just playing around.
I'm tired. I just got off this plane.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to my hotel. I don't have time for this. And I recognize this is very old man stuff, but like I still feel like it's rock solid.
No,
I'm done with that. If you grab a bag and take off running, and the person who owns that bag decides they have to tackle you and beat the shit out of you in the middle of the airport, I will watch that gleefully. I want that to happen to you. Leave people alone.
You don't get to say, it's a prank, it's a prank. No.
No, hey, inward this, inward that, inward this. Hey, I was just playing. No. You're going to have to get your eyes sewn up.
Yeah, it's a prank.
Right? That's not funny.
To get you off the hook.
Yeah, hey, I'm just playing around. I'm just making content. That ain't good enough for me. I will never tell the person who's beating on you after you pull off one of these to stop. I'll just be like, I guess this is none of my business. I could call 911. I'm going to stand here for a minute. And this guy falls under that umbrella for me. We cannot encourage behavior like this. This guy interrupted game one. No big deal, I don't guess, but interrupted game one.
Yeah, but there's crazy people out there.
What scares me...
What if that was a crazy person?
Well, ask Monica Seles what it's like to have somebody run up on you.
Right.
You know, famous tennis player got stabbed. Somebody ran up on her. We shouldn't have... You don't belong on the court. You, me, that person. That's where they're working. We've got 10 very wealthy basketball players out there working. Leave them alone. You run up on them. Wemby handled it better than I would have. Because if I was 7'4" and big and somebody ran up on me like that, I would pop them. Like, hey, man, I don't know what's going on, but I'm in my workplace. Like, if somebody ran in this studio right now, imagine right now, I'm just working, and somebody just runs in that studio, comes over here with a camera trying to get a selfie of me. If I'm capable of beating the shit out of them, that's what I would do.
I'll stop. I've got access. I'll stop them.
I don't know that I would be capable of. I'm a weak man mostly. But if I were capable, that is what I would want to do. And if I were capable and in a position, that's what I would want to do to that guy. And here comes Buffalo Wild Wings trying to encourage the behavior, actually reward him for being an idiot. I think we've reached a point where we need to stop rewarding people for being stupid. Let's stop rewarding people for being an idiot. Let's stop rewarding criminals. I hate that guy. I hope he goes to jail for as long as he can go to jail, and then even more after that. We don't need to teach young people that this is the way to act. Keep to yourself. Leave folks alone. I know there's a lot of ways to make a lot of money content-wise and all that stuff, but if it ever crosses the line of, I am bothering another person to create content for myself, that's a line you've crossed that's too far for me. I will always side with the people on this one. Boo to Buffalo Wild Wings. I'll get my wings somewhere else.
Number 4.
Aaron Judge, he has a rib injury. Uh-oh. He's not even going to be reevaluated for 4 to 6 weeks.
That's tough. I mean, they're obviously chasing the Rays in the AL East, and that's as an Orioles fan, it kind of got my antennas up a little bit. So, I mean, O's are still hanging around. They're 30-33. They're in the wild card mix.
So the Yankee Rays are in first, AL East. Yankees half game back. Orioles 7.5 games back of the Yankees in the AL East. But if you start looking at the AL wild card, the Orioles are only a half game out of the third wild card right now. So you're very much in this.
Yeah.
And any injury to anybody above you is a good injury for you. I know you don't root for this stuff.
No.
But Aaron Judge not being in the Yankees lineup is good for the Baltimore Orioles.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So congratulations. I hope you take advantage. I hope you
We're going to try our best.
I hope you take advantage of the next 4.
Man, I'm going to miss betting on those Judge dingers, though.
I hope you take advantage of the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Number 5.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese were on the court together last night, and Caitlin Clark's team won. 83-71 Fever over our Atlanta Dream. If you're curious, Caitlin Clark, who has she been a problem?
What do you mean?
Has she been difficult?
Oh, that you're referencing her and her coach getting into it.
Everything I see is she's fighting with referees and she's fighting with coaches. Why is Caitlin Clark fighting so much?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do you think she's frustrated? Do you think she's experiencing a time of frustration?
It's possible, bro. She had a pass last night that was it was an insane sequence. She is so awesome. She made history again last night. I don't have it in front of me. I got to find it, but she did something again last night, making history.
17 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and a block in 31 minutes, 83-71 victory. It's just it just feels like it's gotten off a little bit with her in the WNBA. Like they had this thing, and it was going to take the league to a new level, and it clearly has to obvious degrees. But I just still. It feels like people are always arguing about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she became one of the fastest players to reach 150 points, 50 assists in a season.
It just feels like we should be past the point of like, I don't know. I haven't dove into it enough to know, but it's like, is Caitlin Clark being too hard to coach? Is Caitlin Clark being properly marketed? Is Caitlin Clark it feels like we're still doing a lot of that stuff.
Well,
like there was a graphic I saw a few weeks ago. Some network was promoting a doubleheader, and it was the whoever against the whoever, and the whoever against the Fever. And the biggest star the best player in the WNBA is A'ja Wilson. The biggest basketball star in the world from the women's side is Caitlin Clark. Those are just two true statements. And so people have picked up on the idea, at least, that the WNBA has struggled to figure out what to do with this fact that most of your league, I'll just put it out there. This is the conversation people are saying. Most of your league is black. A lot of your league is gay. But your biggest star is white and straight. How do you balance these things? Because if you keep pushing the straight white star, are you doing it at the detriment to the people who really built this league? But then if you don't do it, what are you doing? Because she's your biggest star.
Yeah.
So there was this graphic a few weeks ago, and it was like, here's game one, and then after that, we're going to do this game, and it's the this and the this and the this and the this. So let's just say it was like, it's the Dream and the Fever and the so-and-so and the so. And for the Fever, it was not Caitlin Clark's picture. It was like this team's best player, this team's best player, this team's best player, and not Caitlin Clark. And it seemed intentional, and people jumped on that. Why are you going out of your way to not market your biggest star? Is it because you're feeling the pushback from other places? And like these things are whether you know it or not, these are the tweets I run into all the time. It feels like these are the conversations that are happening around her and around that league. And I think if you asked anybody associated with it, they would have hoped that by June 5th, 2026, we had figured this out.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you mentioned the marketing thing. Like, where's the shoe? I mean, she's like, where's the Caitlin Clark shoe? Sabrina's got an awesome shoe. Asia's got an awesome shoe, like that people like. And where's her shoe? I know it's in the works, but like, been a minute.
You should have already had it. Like, why do we have Ja 3s before we have Caitlin 1s?
Right.
Yeah. So hey, I don't know. I'm gonna let them figure it out. But last night, Caitlin Clark, she made history. The Fever beat the Dream, and that's all I know about the WNBA for now. Be back with Carry Out.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Grizzlies, take your fandom to the next level by becoming an MVP.
How long have you been an MVP? Since day one.
Enjoy the great benefits of being a season ticket member. Pre-game MVP moments, including Autograph Alley, exclusive Grizz gear deals, access to member or MVP-only player events, and much more.
He's been an MVP for 22 years!
Become a Grizzlies MVP today.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
The Grizzlies are proud to partner with Prime Global Group, a leader in innovative, socially responsible real estate investment. Discover smart strategies that align with your values at primeglobalgroup.net. That's primeglobalgroup.net. Let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Some college basketball scheduling news from this morning. The SEC and ACC has announced matchups for the annual SEC ACC Challenge. And the headline game on December 1st is going to be Florida hosting Duke down at what was previously known as the O-Dome. Florida is number one in the preseason top 25 and 1 right now. Duke is number 2 in the preseason top 25 and 1 right now. So give credit where credit is due. 2 conferences deciding not to shy away from it. Hey, let's start this thing on December 1st. You put your best against my best, and let's see who comes out on top. Florida Duke could be a 1 versus 2 matchup December 1st, set for ESPN.
What's today's biggest game?
Game 2, NBA Finals, Knicks Spurs, Frostbank Center, San Antonio, Texas. Knicks lead the series 1-0 after a 10-point win in Game 1. Tonight, the Spurs, remember, Game 1 was 4.5. This one opened at 5.5. San Antonio is now listed as a 6.5-point favorite. The total's 216.5. A lot of Spurs money coming in. People assuming this series is going to be tied 1-1 going back to the Garden. What you think?
Man, I don't love 6.5.
It's a big number.
I'm going to go Spurs, though.
The Knicks have won 12 straight games. Most of them by double digits. And now you need them to not only not win, but you need them to lose by at least 7. That's what you're asking. That's what you're asking tonight.
I'm gonna go Spurs because I want a fun series. I want a fun series. Yeah, I'm gonna go Spurs here.
I understand what you're
doing. And also like how healthy is Jalen Brunson gonna be in this game? Like
not on the injury report at all.
I know, but he clearly got beat up in that game.
He did.
Had to go back to the locker room. So we'll see. I'm gonna go Spurs just because I want to see a good series. Got a win last night, so we'll roll Spurs. We'll go Spurs.
Then it said lay the 6.5.
Yeah.
San Antonio minus 6.5. Tip tonight, 7:30 ABC.
What are we watching on TV?
Michael Jackson, The Verdict. Oh my God.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay, it's a 3-part series.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say that's like over 3 hours. Yeah.
I kept falling asleep. 3-part series. I think my Netflix account will show that I've seen it all.
Okay.
But my eyes weren't open for my stuff.
Gotcha.
It's a 3-part series, every episode under an hour. I told you yesterday we were going to spoil it today. But I didn't watch it all. Bennett watched 2/3. I watched 1/3. Rather than spoil it, we're going to tease it. What we're going to do is tease episode 2 and 3 by talking only about things in episode 1.
Okay.
So I told you yesterday, I gave you 22 hours notice. I told you if you're not ready by carry out tomorrow. It's on you. It's not on me. All right? And I'm not even spoiling the whole thing. I don't know anything in episode 2. I don't know anything in episode 3. I'm not telling you any of that. I'm just going to tell you about all the stuff in episode 1 that will hopefully get you excited to watch episode 1, and then you can knock out episode 2 and 3 this weekend. We'll all do that, and then we'll come back Monday and we'll really spoil it. How's that sound? Okay. Michael Jackson, The Verdict. I watched episode 1 last night. After the hockey was over and the softball was over, I turned on episode 1. I looked around my house. I made sure all my kids were asleep. They don't need to see this.
No, they do not.
I made sure all my kids were asleep. And I said, all right, I'm going to watch episode 1. And do you know who episode 1 is terrible for?
I think you're probably going to say Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. This does not reflect well on Michael Jackson at all.
So one thing that I just forgot about because it had been so long since I'd seen the footage was just how bad that interview was for him that he did.
Just shut up.
Yeah, that was really bad. Just because it, like, I don't know, man. It's just hard to even if everything and you know how I feel about this. I'm very conflicted about it. I'm a Michael Jackson fan.
I'm way less conflicted about
love
it
his music
now than I was this time yesterday. This first hour of this documentary is not great for anybody who believes Michael Jackson is not a pedophile.
Because the thing is like, even these are things coming out of his own mouth. I'm not like making like. Even if everything you're doing is just completely above board and you're and nothing you're doing is wrong, just trying to explain it like he was doing in that interview on camera, it just does not come off good at all.
You know what else doesn't come off good? Allegedly nicknaming a little boy Blowhole. That don't help. Those interviews aren't easy to watch. Them kids saying MJ gave them Jesus juice.
Yeah, I mean
that ain't great for the brand.
Now, here's the thing: is like they're like, obviously he won the trial. Like he was not convicted of anything, and he got off because that family's story started falling apart. Now you've got kids on the stand testifying.
What do you do about this? They find a black briefcase in his home filled with porn.
I mean.
What do you do with this? Police want him, can't find him, don't know where he is. When they find him, you know what he is? He's in Las Vegas partying with underage boys. What do you do with that?
It's tough. I mean,
what do you do with this one? There's this kid named Frank. Okay, there's this kid named Frank Tyson. He meets Michael when he's 5 years old. Grows up.
This one was tough.
And becomes Michael's personal assistant. It's what they call grooming, by the way. Okay. Becomes Michael's personal assistant. Basically describe whatever Michael needs is what Frank does. All right. So they're going through all Michael's property and stuff, search warrants and that kind of stuff. Eventually they find there's a bag that's found. And in this bag, it's like a bunch of magazines with pictures, and then there's like a section of the magazine where you can order videos. And there was like a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, circling order this video, order this video, order this video. And the videos are of nude children at like, it's what we would call today child porn. So this one guy who knows Michael Jackson and the whole deal says, listen, I've always believed Michael was just heart's in the right place, all that stuff. I never believed any of the stuff. But I see this bag. I open these magazines. I see these things circled. It is very troubling what is circled here. Why are these specific videos circled? So the guy says, I go and I talk to Frank. I said, hey, Frank, I found these magazines. These things are circled. Frank, what's going on? He said, well, that's just a phase that me and Michael went through. He said he wanted those videos. I bought them for him. We got them. We watched them together. It was just a phase we went through. We watched these videos together. What do you do with that?
It's a fair question. It's a fair question. Again, I haven't finished the documentary. I agree that some of the testimonies. Now, there's also a lot of people on here that are defending him. Like there's definitely like interviews and vignettes from both sides of this discussion and argument. I thought too a very interesting part was his biographer, who he's known since they were kids. He was interviewed quite a bit, and he said like he could see the moment in that famous interview, Living with Michael, where he's with the kid that later accused him, and that's what he went to trial for. He could see the moment because he knows Michael almost better than anybody, where Michael realized, like, and they show it on camera, that scene where he realizes, oh, this is
not in my head.
Screwed up.
In my head, this makes sense. I can tell this does not make sense to anybody outside of my head.
Yeah,
it's tough. I'll keep an open mind. Can't wait to watch the next 2 episodes.
It's fascinating stuff. Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, for me, if you just want me to bottom line the first hour, there's just too much. It's just if you want me to believe it's all bullshit, Michael Jackson is really just the best person who ever lived, and if you think he ever touched a child, you're crazy. If that's what you want me to believe, after watching that last night, I just go, there is too much you're asking me to ignore. There's just too much you're asking me to ignore. Like, on a very surface level, it's just weird. It's just even what you know and what he tells you is weird and over the line for most. But then find these magazines, find the point. Like, it's just too much. It's too much to ignore. I can't believe it. I like the songs. The movie was fun. But that guy's a monster. It appears.
We're gonna we'll have to revisit after we both finish watching it.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait.
What's the best thing we've read?
Sam Quinn over at CBS Sports got a piece headline this way: why it's time for the Spurs to start Dylan Harper over De'Aaron Fox. We talked about it in the opening segment. I don't know that I'd go that far, but Sam does make a compelling case. Once upon a time, the Spurs did something similar with Manu Ginobili coming off the bench, but then they decide we got to put him in the starting lineup. The time is now. The result was a championship.
Yeah.
You want to read Sam Quinn's piece? Go find it. CBSSports.com.
What's going on this weekend?
Oh, man, you crazy. Game 2 to
Let's go.
NBA Finals is tonight. Game 3 Stanley Cup Final tomorrow night.
Gonna be a good weekend.
Great weekend.
I'm fired up.
Great weekend, and then we can come in here Monday, and no matter what happens this weekend, we're getting ready for Game 3 NBA Finals. The finals inside the Garden for the first time since 1999. It's going to be a fun week.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Enjoy your weekend. I'll try to enjoy mine. And we will meet back here Monday at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.